And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to CappingTV's continuing coverage of this season of ozfortress Season 28. My name is Just Jazz. Joined with me today is Big Fella Goose. We're coming to you live with the main semi-finals. That's right, the main semi-finals. We're really in playoff season, folks. This is the fight for to go to the grand finals, I suppose, or the fight for third place. Whoever loses today is going to be in third place, but we can get to that in a little bit. I want to bring in my good friend, my commentating partner for tonight, Big Fella Goose. Goose, how are you today, my friend?
I am doing swell, dude. I love the main division. I absolutely love it. It's got to be my favorite division in ozfortress. No other div perfectly describes my skill level other than this division itself, mate. It is that perfect level of not good, not bad, just kind of that straight smack down the middle average. And that's what I really love. You see the perfect balance of kind of like those open sort of plays, but you also see some like high level stuff as well. So to answer your question, mate, I am absolutely bloody pumped to be up here casting the semi-finals for these two teams.
Well, Goose, as always, it is an honor to cast alongside you. Probably, let's be honest, folks, Goose is probably the best caster in ozfortress at the moment. Toss up between him and Xander, but we can get into that later. Goose, tell us who we're going to be watching tonight.
All right, so on Back to Bones Daycare, we've got Scout, Time playing Scout, Chief playing Scout. On Pocket, we got Olaf. Roma, we got Mumu. On Demo, we got Pengster. And on Medic, we have Coolbad. So, right off the bat, just that roster alone, I'm going to be telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be saying the word Pengster a lot tonight. That man's Demo, his pipes have like magnets in them.
He's actually unreal. Let's be honest. Like the few times that I've had the misfortune of going up against him in scrims or officials, he's always to mid, lightning fast. He's always getting stickies and pipes on you with record speed, and he just claps you with the quickness. He's unreal. So that's gonna be Back to the Bones. Yeah, who's on the other team? Fighting Dreamers.
Yeah. So on this one, we've got Trev and Raggy playing Scout. We've got Honk on Pocket, Shaky on Roma, Noxu playing Demo, and Will Face on Med. And now this one, I got to keep jumping on this one, Jazz. Raggy was on my first ever Sixers ozfortress roster. Our Div 12, I believe. Our 12 Division 5 it was. And Raggy was an insane scout back in the day, and to see him come back after such a long hiatus and be playing at in the semi-finals of main is just really good. So I'm going to be keeping my eye out for Raggy. I'm also going to keep my eye on Nox as well, because I've heard that he can do some deadly damage. So it's going to be a little bit of a demo man showdown tonight here, Jazz. But whether it's Pengster or Nox taking the cake, I actually couldn't tell you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, these teams, it's going to be a close game, you know. And I've been talking. I actually did do a bit of journalistic work before the game, and I sought out the team captains Will and Time. That's the team captain for Fighting Dreamers and Back to the Bones, respectively, for any words on the match. And our good friend Time, let me find what he said. He said, quote, in regards to the other team, quote, for a team that should be an inter, they play very slow and sheepish. Our goal is to simply outplay them. And that's Time throwing a little bit of shade at Fighting Dreamers for their more 7-esque passive play style once they get a couple rounds on the board. But to be fair, whatever gets you the victory at the end of the day, you know, strategy is strategy. So I can't knock it too much. Will, on the other hand, simply said, Kowski smells. So those are the words from both teams, ladies and gentlemen. And so we do have the maps for you tonight as well. Tonight, the three maps that we are going to bear witness to is Process. That's what we're going to start out on. Sunshine, so Process 2.0, and Snakewater. And yeah, I mean, three standard maps, kind of the perennial pug maps. And, you know, I'm just happy for some TF2 action, man.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday night, hump day. You know,
Yeah, got to
let's.
get over the hump. We got those midweek blues. So I hope everyone is ready. Get strapped into your chairs for some great Oz Fortress
But
Season 28 action.
how good is it gonna be that we got the main semifinals tonight. Tomorrow we've got a double header for you. Actually, we're gonna have a two-way cast. We're gonna have the open semifinals and the enter semifinals coming to you live on Capping TV 2 and Capping TV 1, both at the same time. Get them on both of your monitors. And then Friday we're coming at you with the Highlander main semifinals as well. We're going to keep the Highlander Fridays in the rotation, and yeah, so be sure to stay tuned to Capping TV throughout the rest of your week to stay, up to date on the divisions of TF2 across Oceania. But it's so good to see. I wanted to get back to one of your points that you made about the former teammate that you had who played on, I think you said, your Owl 12 team.
Yeah, L12, yeah.
It's so good to see like old players coming back, and I mean, just this season alone, unfortunately, we have all been more or less locked inside of our houses due to COVID. But it's been great for us. Fortress 52 teams. I think we're finishing the season with only 3 or 4 teams disbanded across all of the divisions, which is massive. And you're seeing a lot of old players say, you know what, well, I've got some spare time. I'm going to come back to TF2, and some of them haven't lost a step, given that your old teammate is here in the semifinals, chasing that first place medal. But either way, he's going to get a placement.
Yeah, no, he should. Either way, he's going to bear a very impressive result. And as I say that, it looks like we are going live with Oz Fortress Season 28 main semi-finals, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be big. We got Back to Bones Daycare versus Fighting Dreamers. Jazz, mate, please do me the honors and take us through this first one.
Definitely, man. I mean, it's standard stuff. Just both demos. Send them some stickies across the point. Both teams have taken a little bit of high ground as well. Trev lurking around, trying to maybe get some action going on, but a big bomb by Honk trying to get onto the med, and actually he is going to get the med. They're going to pick up a scout as well. Honk will go down, but they've Back to the Bones have dropped 4 players, and their scout's on 30 health. Pengsta's going to escape with his life, and Time's just going to try to go for any sort of play. He's not going to pick up anybody. That's going to be that first mid going in the way of Fighting Dreamers.
Yeah, no, that was
quick first mid too.
Yeah, very quick first mid. I think they didn't do the I guess you don't really stalemate fight a mid, but they were very in deep there, very quick. Honk straight away. He had that high bomb, it was sky high, just peeking off Cool Dad there, like at the start of the fight, and they were just out. As I say, that looks like they're opting for this 4-5 push. The sentry is still up, and the soldier does bomb in on them. That's going to bring out the force, but the sentry does go down. They've still got a heaven to deal with up in heaven, but the scout is playing the point and getting some excellent caps on. But the numbers have fallen for Fighting Dreamers, unfortunately. They've just collapsed, and Willface is out through IT.
He's out. He's trying to run, but he does have a scout. He's got Chief on his tail, right front and center. But Nod, I think that's Don right there, is going to come back and get some pressure on him, relieve the pressure a little bit. But as I said that, the medic for Back to the Bones ended up going down. I don't know if he went down before, like after the fight was initiated, or what happened there. But he's gone down. So despite keeping hold of their last, Fighting Dreamers is probably going to have around about 30% ad by the time he does respawn. But we do have a pause going on at the moment. But certainly in these first, I guess that would have been 2 minutes, we've had a fair amount of action. So I think that's going to bode well for the rest of the series. I hope the rumors of the stalemate play style are just that. They are just rumors. But let's see.
Yeah,
Back to the Bones.
I do hope so that they don't. Judging from what we saw, Jazz, I don't think they are going to be heaps stalemate, because the game's getting casted. It's semi-finals. They're going to have a bit of nerves, so I don't think that like Fighting Dreamers are going to be able to take this as slow as they want to this game, especially if you've got some real aggressive bombs from Chief. From Olaf and Mumu. So look out for those.
Real quick, a big shout out to Jerry from Waga for donating to the prize pool for land next year. We'll love you, Jerry. Keep up your good concrete work. But as I say that, there is a fight going on, and Will's going to drop a big bomb by Olaf just right onto the feet. 2 rockets, too easy. You're gone. But as I say that, Trev is on Cool Dad. Cool Dad's going to go down. Trev going massive, salvaging this fight for Fighting Dreamers. And there's only one up on the side of Back to the Bones. They haven't capped second here, but they do have players on second now. Pankster doing his best to try to get this demo out of the fight. Noxie saying, "Get out of my last point," and it's just.
It appears Will Face is out of the server here, ladies and gentlemen. And as he before he died and dropped that Uber there, Jazz, he was actually standing still. It was like real AFK, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? This is the semi-finals. You know, you can't be standing still. I'm sure it's a net issue of some sort.
It's the curse of Australian internet. That's the thing, man. You know, so unfortunately, due to the disconnect drop, they are going to lose their Uber ad, but Trev is up on Sniper, and he is quite deadly on the Sniper as well. He is a man, give him an inch, he will take a mile, or I guess give him a centimeter, and he'll take a kilometer. Sorry, I forget
metric
what country
system.
I'm on. Yeah.
No, metric system,
yeah,
mate.
no,
It's much better here. It's much better here. He's actually peeked out of the shot. I think he's waiting for that info from his team. But he is in the sight line, and it looks like that the fight, not Fighting Dream, sorry, Back to Bones, they're about to come through now. He's going to line up the shot, but, I think he hits him. He hits him, but it's not going to be enough. Despite that, the force does come out. Honk is going to be going down, and so they're going to be one down, and the Uber does come out.
Oh, and Trev gets Cool Dad! Oh! He stays in the forward spawn long enough and just... He's really patient play, knows that he's going to get at least one more shot, and one more shot he indeed does get. And
wow, that was a double.
Yeah, well, both mets have gone down, yeah. So this is exciting stuff, and Trev is just going to cap. Don's going to try to go forward, try to get any sort of picks that he can, but the only pick he's going to get is a pick up back to forward spawn. I don't know how he's going to tie that all together, but whatever, he goes down. Will hasn't started healing yet, though. Cool Dad does have about a 30% ad on them. I don't think that... I mean, I think it's pretty hard to know that that ad is there. I think they're going to be more content with just staying back on last and waiting for the inevitable. But Don has come up on the Sniper, so maybe we'll see 2 med headshot drops in quick succession. I don't know. Maybe. To be fair, the last med headshot wasn't a drop, but... It was a pretty sick shot.
It may as well have been. There was 2 lovely timed headshots in the thingo, and it was so good to see. Unfortunately, the Uber does come out from Cool Dad, so that sniper is going to be completely useless there. And now it looks like Fighting Dreams have backed up to mid now. Noxu is still going to be playing quite close, which I like. Locking the choke down, doing a good job of that, not giving up any space that's needed. It is 1-for-1, and the bomb does come in, actually. The Fighting Dreamers are in full swing right now. They're going to completely back him out, picking down 2 of Back to the Bones daycare. And that's going to be a free second for the boys. They will have to build Uber once again, though.
It's just unrelenting pressure here from Fighting Dreamers every single time. They're very quick, they're very fast, they're very decisive with their movement, and Honk is still trying to cause some havoc up in heaven. He's gonna get Pankster down to a really low health. They're all gonna down. There's so much cap time. I don't even know what's going on at this point. Will's gonna go down. It's just gonna be Nox trying to escape through lowers, and he's gonna go down. So a very quick last fight with just all of Fighting Dreamers going down very quickly. And you know, if you're Back to the Bones, you have a little bit of breathing room, but they're gonna have to be careful. Don is on the Sniper, so they're gonna have to make sure. And Shaky is behind NIT as well. Ooh, a little bit of Jew play going on at the moment, folks. Oh, and he gets the force. Shaky with a massive force onto Cool Dad, and they're just gonna have to try to get any sort of picks, any sort of way to salvage it. But now the Ubers are gonna more or less reset with Fighting Dreamers with a nice 15% ad. Yeah, Goose, if you have 15% ad, are you gonna push off of that?
I don't know. I personally wouldn't push off 15% ad, dude. I do not trust that I will be able to kill the medic in time for that ad to be worth it. So on that note there, it seems like, you know, with Fighting Dreamers, they've had... Now, correct me if wrong, guys. I think they've had 2 pushes into last now, or more pushes than back to bones. But they've been over in an instant. And what that tells me is... Maybe they're having some Uber counting issues, or maybe they're just way too eager to get into last. As I say that, the Uber does come out from Willface, and they're going to try and get their necks into this mid-fight here. Pangster and the Soldier will be going down, so that is not going to be looking too good for Back to the Bones Daycare. Now, but unfortunately, the positioning's been lost. They're in I-10. They're kind of cornered here. Olaf's coming around from the back. I'm not sure if Willface has picked up on it yet. Oh, but Trev picking up 2, and Don as well with another reply. Oh, the Soldier gets in, and it's just not going to be enough. Olaf, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit tough there because Pangsta went down quite early. Wasn't able to really, you know, give any sort of pressure as as the demo man would. And then I think Chief, or one of the other soldiers, also ended up going down as well. And it was just very difficult. You know, they could just only leash the scout, but once the team is really backed out into IT, you know, there's only so much you can do, and they just had to get anything they could get, and what they could get was not a whole lot. In fact, it was the opposite of what they wanted. They got crushed instead.
Yeah, no, it seems that is the case. Don is going to be leading this beautiful Uber through door 3. They need to get that sentry down, otherwise it's going to be game over. The scout is playing the point. There's some good cap time there, but now's the time where they need to collapse on them. Don's on the heavy, and the Soldier comes through, but no, it's not going to be enough. Once again, Fighting Dreamers, they really need to be taking their time here, Jazz. They're just getting in there and not getting much. Although they did kill the medic, they still haven't capped out a round.
Yeah, it's just very quick, very very rushed. They did end up salvaging it a little bit because Shaky jumped from heaven right onto the med and got the kill. But again, it's not looking good that despite having these 3 last pushes where they had fairly sizable advantage, they haven't been able to capitalize on it. You know, the heavy isn't being taken down as quickly as he should be. You know, they're not securing. Maybe if they just played a little bit more slow, just walk it in, try to get some picks, try to get the advantages, and then collapse on the point, it'll work better. But instead it's just rushed decision making. And from what I've learned, you know, the more you try to rush these decisions, the more you try to rush any sort of push, the worse it becomes. But we're gonna see the Uber push in from here. He's gonna use it on Don. They're focusing the heavy first thing. The heavy still has only just gone down, but they've gotten 2 picks here. Trev has gone down, however. They're just trying to get any sort of picks that they can. It's only the demo and the medic up for Fighting Dreamers, and the med is so close to Uber, but he's going to die, and the point's just going to be played, and that's going to be the first round for Fighting Dreamers, 1-0.
Yeah, no, with 19 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, Jazz, this will be a low-scoring game. Well, that's my prediction, at least. You know, I think, you know, both teams very eager to be going through. And as I say that, looking like a Soldier, getting a nice fast bomb in onto Pangster there. Not managing to pick him up, but Don is going to be on the ground, trying to make some damage. Not too much is happening. Oh, Honk.
Dude, Honk with the biggest bomb.
Massive stuff.
Just these last 2 minutes, he just jumps up, straight up, right back down onto the demo, onto the med. One of the 2, doesn't matter. He just wants a pick. He just wants a frag, trying to get those DPM numbers as high as he can. And you know, just taking out that demo very early is always going to be bad news. And that's going to be another mid fight in the favor of Fighting Dreamers. But they did not manage to take down Cool Dad, so the Ubers are going to be roughly even. But I think if I have all my ducks in a row, I don't think Back to the Bones have actually moved past mid into Fighting Dreamers second. So Fighting Dreamers at the moment in full control, but we do have a spy.
Chief, let's see what he can cook up. The captain commander, the sergeant, just hiding behind with the Inviswatch Cloak and Dagger. He's disguised as the enemy scout, and he's going to be going up there, seeing if he can get anything. Might be a demo, might be a med. No one's noticed him yet, but oh no! What's going on? But he still gets the force despite that, and this man is still alive. He needs to get out of lobby if he wants to live, but it doesn't matter. He got the force despite missing the backstab, Chaz. That was insane to watch. Insane.
Yeah, just really patient there. Unfortunate not to get the backstab, but like, listen, if you're getting the force, second best thing. So now this is Fighting Dreamers with but they're gonna get forced back to the bones. Gonna get forced into lobby, and they're gonna move out into second, and there's not gonna be anybody there to really pick up. Shaky's gonna jump out into the safety of sewer, and I feel like if you're back to the bones, you're going to feel a little bit hard done by, working really hard to get that advantage,
only
and just
lost.
only to get forced. Truly unfortunate, but now
this is what I think, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Jazz. This
Please.
is what I think is that what that time was trying to describe to us when Fighting Dreamers said how they play. I think what they like to do, they like to get that advantage, then lose it. They don't mind backing out. Don does take down Mumu, but yeah, they don't mind backing out of things, and they don't mind just giving up that point, Jazz. So, but back to the bones. You see, they're eager. They want to get in. The force does come out from Olaf, and that's gonna, send the Uber through door one. There, they're gonna be running up the ramp. Don's going to be trying to get onto the point, but he's going to back out. Roseanne Park, he's going to be in, going out as well. Gets taken down. 1-for-1, Olaf, and sorry, I need to check who that is. It is Shaky. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. But again, as I was saying, Jazz, they are just playing it so carefully. Like Fighting Dreamers, they're playing it like a game of chess, thinking every move 5 minutes ahead of that.
I mean, you look right now into second, and they're so passive. They're not even, the med's just holding way the hell back, near choke, ready to kite out any sort of pressure that comes in. So this is really smart, really patient play. Mumu's going to try to skip jump right into the med and ends up just getting meat shot, very close range. And instead, Honk is going to return sack. Oh, but a good... Ooh, my God!
Was so close.
Cooled that living on, what was that? 15
under
HP?
10, yeah, 10. No much more than 10. A smither of HP. Insane stuff. Yeah, those exchanges just happened. What do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? Another reset. So you really need to give a lot of respect to Fighting Dreamers for playing one of the fastest maps, as slow as they possibly can. 1-0. 14 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock, and look at this. They're just chill. They don't even care. They can just hold this right now. It is absolutely beautiful to watch. But both soldiers are going to be pressured.
Oh, the jump! Holy shit! Just two soldiers jumping in right onto Will. He drops 100% Uber, gone in an instant. And now you're going to see the re-aggression right back into second. They're all going to be monging for the med, and he is going to get forced. Maybe not the best position to be forced in, but they don't really care. They have second. They're going to be moving into mid as well. It's just Nox. Nox is going to go down, and Nod is going to be way the heck out. So
taking a little jewel in my tea here. He's got a scout on him from the behind. Unfortunately, not able to survive that one. There is a back cap going on back to Bones at second.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough.
It's not going to be enough.
Yeah, they've got that ×7 on the cap, man. There's only so much you can do when that's the case. Olaf probing a little bit forward here as well, but Will just safely near door one. Again, they're playing very passive. Honk,
that was kind of, I don't think he knew what he was bombing into there, Jazz. I think he
I think he was just trying to get as much havoc as he could. They do have an NG on last. Looks like they're just prepared to give this point up. Shaky's going to go down, and then Chief is going to go down as well. So it's just going to be a consolidation on second, and they're at this point they're going to be thinking, okay, how are we going to take this into last? Our ad is dwindling, and we need to use this sooner rather than later.
If I was back to Bones Daycare right now, I'd be saying to them, boys, we got to make this one count, because there's 13 minutes left, and this game might go to Golden Cap, just on a 1-all.
This is
So, yeah.
quite literally the first time they've had a sniff of Fighting Dreamers last this entire game.
Yeah.
So if this is how assuming the game keeps on playing out the way it has, you really have to make this count. You have to get a pick somehow. You know, pick off their flank, rotate in through 5, play it real slow. You know, do something, but you can't just blind rush in, which I think they realize that is the play as well, and they're just playing a bit passive. I do think we have a pause here, which means...
Look at this, Chad. I'm sorry. Look,
please.
Nox is cut. Look at where Chief is, and look at Nox there. That might just be what they need to get this point. Nox has made a terrible decision. He's thinking to himself right now, fuck me, bro. I've really cooked this one. I've just cooked this one sideways, mate. Absolutely battered it. Look at that. And it's going to get... Chief will go
right in the face.
And that is going to be the significant advantage that they need. So I'd say to you, back to bones daycare right now, you boys need to get in. Oh, but a nice double headshot there. And let's say, wow! Just 2 rockets hitting him. And then Paxter's going to get the last one. Wow, that was ejaculatory, ladies and gentlemen. My God!
Oh my God. I'm so glad I hopped on the shaky cam right at the opportunity to see him take rockets right in the face. But he is
beautiful.
Oh, but Shaky's come up on the spy, and Chief is also on the sniper. So we got the pick class off class duel going at the moment. Shaky coming through 2. He's got eyes on the Met. He sees him chilling out behind Spire. But he's just gonna wait. Whereas Chief just looking for an angle. And he's gonna pick off Trev, so that's gonna be NG down. And Cooldat has seen the spy. He's gonna call it out. So at this point,
that should be more than enough for them to push in through here, Jazz, and it looks like they're going to do just that. The Uber does come out from Cooldat. It is a solo onto time. The man needs to get the job done. It looks like Noxu is going to go down. That's going to be a crucial pick for this last one. But unfortunately, the Uber does come out from Willface. They're going to need to capitalize on this last and there it is. They get the point. 1-1, 11 minutes on the clock. It's starting to warm up here a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we got to really see both teams. I would not expect to see anything too risky on this mid, Jazz. Penx is opting for a standard rollout, not going any cadence variation, nothing too risky. Going to predict that rocket there. Soldier is going to be on him fast, but not going to clean too much up. I'll hand it over to you now, mate, to see what you got to make of this.
Yeah, Hong Kong with his traditional big bug bomb right onto Cooldat. Cooldat's so weak, but they haven't managed to pick him up. Oh, he's oh my God, how does he survive there? 20 health, but they're going to have to play around their med really, really tight and maybe just back out because Cooldat is on 32 health at the moment. It's just time and Penx to up on the side of Back to the Bones. They've done really well to keep everybody alive at the moment. Honk's trying to... Honk gets Cooldat! Ooh.
Oh.
Time, what are you doing there, my friend? Shoot, hit your shots. If I'm Cooldat, I'm going to be screaming.
I would be fuming if I was Cooldat right now. That would have pissed me right off, mate.
But even then, Honk doing so well just to get that last rocket off, just to eke out that last opportunity. And eke it out he does. He's, turned a lost mid-fight into a 30% advantage for the side of Fighting Dreamers. Which, given their slow play style, isn't exactly... I mean, well, it is a good thing. Advantages are always a good thing, but, I think, again, they're probably just going to be very patient and very just willing to try to, get their advantages in line, get everything going.
This Jazz through IT. This is a classic, mate. This is a classic. We had this in the Communist Pub days, bro. Oh, but if someone pushes, Honk's going to get taken down before the push is initiated. It doesn't matter. The reply from John onto Olaf, then onto Moo. Both soldiers down for the side of Back to Bones Daycare. Unfortunately, Fighting Dreamers, they've only got bullets. There is no projectiles, and Pengster and Time are up. That is a deadly, deadly combo. So Fighting Dreamers, they are out of the fight once again, this time back onto their last. So what I think they wanted there, Jazz, they just wanted to get in so they wouldn't have to give up the advantage, but unfortunately, they weren't able to win that fight to a margin that would have allowed them to hold mid and being in that comfortable position that they ever so love.
Yeah, well, now Back to the Bones, having only sniffed last one time in the first 10 minutes, are back on last with a fat what was 50% ad, now 30% ad, dwindling by the second. They're going to have to use this really quickly if they want to get before Will gets, but they've been building so well. Will has evened up the Uber advantage. They're going to take this in through 5, it looks like. Not, Time's being a bit hesitant, trying to get Shaky down. But the Uber has evened out at this point, and the teams have not committed into last, but they finally commit through 3. They're just going to run straight at Will, but Time's going to get dropped in the Uber before it gets used. And Pank's just going to try to sticky off the point, but the health is not there. If you're back to the bones, you're just trying to get anything Shaky right onto Panksta, and it's just gone horribly wrong. It's just Mumu Jewing up, but Mumu's going to be Jewed down.
Yeah, and that was not what you want if you're back to the bones at daycare. They had a bit of an ad right there. Well, even though if it wasn't the Uber ad, they had the positioning ad. And if I was them, I would have, it's always easy to say, oh, if I was them. But, if I was them, mate, I would have gotten on the off class, which Time is doing right now. And he's going to be going up to Willface and stabbing him in the back! Clean as all hell! Time! You excellent man! You have saved the game for your team! Excellent work!
That really was Time's time to shine, eh, buddy? I'll see myself out.
It doesn't even matter, because the positioning is still quite similar. He has just opened up the narrative a little bit more for his team right now, so that's going to bring him up to essentially an 80% Uber added. And it seems like back to the Bones Daycare, they are good at pushing. They are I've kind of determined from this game, Fighting Dreams are good at backing out. Back to the Bones, they're good at pushing. It looks like we have a pause as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Both teams are really good at pausing the game as well, man. The game's finally opened up, it feels like. You're finally starting to see a lot of back and forth. You're seeing, I think, Back to the Bones are realizing that in order to break down Fighting Dreamers, they really have to try, they're just going to have to throw stuff at the wall. Time going up on Spy, trying to get that backstab, is a perfect example of that. Just like, all right, well, if we try to play the standard, maybe if we go Sniper, we know they're going to play passive. They're just going to be out of every single sight line. Instead, what we're going to do, we're going to send Time up on Spy. A bit unlucky with that last push to be so stuffed and just get fully wiped against. But, Time coming huge. His time to shine, picking up the med with that backstab going absolutely massive. So, again, Fighting Dreamers, like this, both of these teams are very accomplished, and Fighting Dreamers is a very accomplished roster. So, I reckon they're going to have an idea of how to get this out. But I think if, honestly, it sort of feels like there's been a bit of a momentum shift if you're back to the bones, knowing that you can go and get to the last, knowing that you can cap the last, you're gonna be feeling a little bit reinvigorated here. And now they have 50% advantage, and they're gonna have to use this sooner rather than later. And it looks like they haven't quite decided, but it looks like the combo is rotating through sewer. They haven't used yet. They finally broken through sewer. Honk is gonna get minced mid-air. And that's just going to be the rest of the team. They're going to have to start making moves. Cool Dad is going to get forced by a big bomb from Shaky, and it's just going to be the rest of Back to the Bones flooding in through choke. Time just running straight at Dawn, no fear whatsoever. But he's going to get taken down. So maybe a little bit of fear could have been warranted, but.
I think Mumu's on behind here. Oh, this could be dangerous. Oh, no, it just will face by himself right now. He will be able to get back to last, but that was looking really, really dangerous there. And now the fight on second has ensued. Olaf just barely managed to get that air shot. It was so close. Unfortunately, not managing to connect. And it looks like Cooldown, yep, he's just got a soldier with him. They're going to need to be getting out. He's got scouts, the whole team. He's got Trev on his tail right now. Only 60% Uber, so he cannot pop it even if he wants to. They're going to need to play this smart, Jazz. 3 down, back on their second. What do you think's in store?
Well, I mean, they have Uber advantage, but they're gonna have to. What needs for them to happen is to actually get in and get to a point where they're just right next to the team where they can then Uber. Because at this point, They're not going to catch him out, but you know, if they can get in, honestly, if they can get into mid without using and force him out, that's probably the play, right? You don't want to have to
Yeah.
give up your Uber and keep on playing this game of leapfrog. Get into mid, see if you can just keep hold of everything and just consolidate again.
Yeah, Moo there going for a bit of an early bomb, but Olaf getting on a will. Whoa! The medic is going to be down, and Olaf's going to be launched into the sky. Doesn't really matter. The
What
whole
a
team
wipe,
is
cunt.
wiped.
What a wipe.
Wiped. Clean X.
And the full
Straight up.
8x cap on mid with what's going to be a 30% advantage as well. Really, really bloody good.
That is what you want when there's 4 minutes on the clock, dude. I'm telling you right now, Jazz, I don't want to call it too soon. You know, we always say curse to the caster, but that fight was absolutely bloody crucial for Back to the Bones daycare. And if either team had wipes there, I think that would have been game. So now we got to see what they want to do. They got to get this Uber up. As you said before, they've got roughly that 30-50 ad. And where do you reckon they're going to take it, man? Like, do a 1, 2, 3...
I think you have to big ball it, and I think you have to take it in fast through 3 and take down the heavy and do whatever you can to get the combo down. But instead, they're rotating 5. They're going in 5, taking down Shaky quite early on, and just playing this a really slow rotation. They've taken down the sentry as well. The Uber has not been popped. The Uber finally gets popped, and they're just going straight onto the heavy. And they force the heavy back into spawn, but Trev is on Pengsta. The heavy actually has not been taken care of. They just need to play the point and just make sure the heavy doesn't collapse on them. They just need to touch it.
So close.
Chief just
it's gonna be so close.
Gets the cap.
Oh!
2-1.
I thought that was butt push there for a second there, Jazz. I didn't want to chime in because, you know, curse to the caster, but mate, I thought Back to the Bones. I thought that was the last time they would have pushed into the game. Honest to God, mate, I couldn't have predicted that, but that's all they needed to Chief, just to touch that point. And now on the mid-fight, we got Pengsta. He's ready to go. He is rocking just the classic grenade launcher. I love those rollers. I love seeing it from the man, opting for this right side here. Let's see. He's got to shoot some nukes. Got to reload him. He's going to get some nice damage out.
Oh, but all the fighting streamers is so unhealthy, man. Oh, they've finally been buffed up. Oh, but Back to the Bones have dropped 3 in this mid-fight. And Honk is behind. Honk is going to pick up everyone. He's going to get the med. He's going to get Cool Dad. He's going to get assists and everything. And, very, very well done. But
it's another round. It's looking like another round, Gaz.
Yeah,
they are going to get... It's going to be 2-2. It's going to be 2-2. Like, look, it's happening. It's unfolding in your bloody eyes right now, mate. Look, they're on second already, and they're just capping. They're just spawn camping him. This is embarrassing. I'll be honest with you guys. This is really what is going on here. They're moving on the last on the point already, and they just look at Nox. He's just destroying everything. And that's going to be another round for Fighting Dreamers. 2-2, minute 35 on the clock. Oh no! A golden cap is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Goose is actually PogChamp in personified, so everybody knows. Take us through this mid, man.
Dude, I think Moo, he hit a nice slide there. He's gonna wait a bit for some heals. He's gonna wait. Olaf gonna get on the rock, scope out to see what they're doing. But Moo going in nice and high onto the medic. Not going to be managing to pick up too much there. 3 down on the side of Back to the Bones daycare. Minute on the clock though. Fighting Dreamers, if they want to get around, they've got to go now. And this could be possible. This actually could be possible. There is enough time. Hexter going as well. Oh my god, Jazz. What are we watching? It's a complete disaster right now. Just one round, then the next. 2, 3 consecutive rounds in a row. And it's insane. They're capping second. They're going to have 30 seconds. 30 seconds to cap this out. And
they're
Uber at
already in 5.
Oh.
They're already in 5. The Uber does come out. There's no denial. There's one player down for Back to the Bones, and they're just getting cap time on the point. Everybody's trying to stand on the middle of the point to try to salvage. They need to take out this demo, but they've backed him out. There's only 10 seconds remaining. Can they get the kill? The medic on the side of Back to the Bones has gone down.
And they get it! And they get it! Insane! With 5 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen, they managed to cap the round out! A minute 30 at the start! You would be heartbroken! You would be absolutely heartbroken if you were back to the Bones daycare right now, Jazz. I do apologize for cutting you off, mate. But oh my god, mate, that was insane.
Holy shit, dude.
I need a breath. You talk to the people for a bit, mate.
Oh
I'm gonna take a piss,
God.
alright? Talk to the people.
It was collapse of absolute, just no words to describe it. 2 rounds in about less than 5 minutes, it felt like. Definitely that last round, 80 seconds at max. 80 seconds, right? You know, just back to the bones. Back to the bones. They're going to feel really hard done by, in my opinion, because they did so well to get themselves back into that game. And, you know, just they kept on grinding. They kept on grinding. They got the backstabs. They got the drops. They got the kills that they needed. But just in such short succession, starting with that first mid fight after they capped their second point. It was just. It's almost as if Fighting Dreamers just turned on a switch. They just turned the lights on, they turned the fan on full blast, maybe kicked on the heater just for good measure, and got 2 rounds, 5 minutes, 3-2. That's going to be Fighting Dreamers picking up the first map. And you know, if you're in Back to the Bones daycare, you're going to be either livid, heartbroken, or you know, you're gonna have that tingling sensation inside your belly where it's like, all right, I'm angry, back to the bone, smash, and just try to start. You know, you have to hit the ground swinging on this one. You know, you can't let Fighting Dreamers have any momentum. You're gonna have to be a brick wall starting from minute 1 and just try to get as many rounds on the point as fast as you can. But Fighting Dreamers, very, very impressive that game.
Yeah, that was insane. And I'll tell you what, Jazz, what I said at the start, you know, Maine is my favorite division. That is the reason why. Because, you know, this corresponding season, this time last year, it was season 26, I believe, that was when we had some of the most legendary games I have ever seen in TF2. So, you know, really, ladies and gentlemen, Maine, it seems to be where all of the action is at. As I say that, let's go through some logs. I just got to connect to this STV real quick.
Yeah, the logs are a bit scuffed at the moment due to the copious amount of pauses that we had during the game. Nothing really popping out for me besides the fact that Nox apparently got 633 DPM. We all know that's not true, but you know, he's going to feel a little bit better if he did see that. Maybe about 300 DPM, maybe a little bit more than that. I think Don and Trev popping off though, 25 and 21 kills respectively, to Time and Chief's 32 and 18. Time certainly putting a lot of his team on his back, but you know, Chief just not able to keep pace with his scout counterpart. But I think what I was seeing a lot isn't so much, it's not very well reflected in the logs, but you know, the fact that I was seeing Honk and Shaky having excellent games on their part. You know, Honk certainly every mid would just do this, just bomb way up into the sky, turning everybody's attention, and he would still get the picks that he was looking for, man. And then Shaky at times just doing these crazy jumps, just getting on the med somehow, getting on some player somehow, getting the picks that he needed. Will, as far as the med goes, Will surviving a lot more than Cool Dad did, with 8 deaths, his 14 deaths. Goose, what are you seeing from these logs, man?
I will be honest, I'm actually having a hard time at finding them. So if you could send those to me on Steam, that would be sweet.
Stress,
judging from my memory, though, I believe Time was one of the top scoring scouts in that game. And whatever I was about to say, it doesn't matter because, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the second map, Sunshine. It's ozfortress once again, Season 28 Main Division semi-finals. Nox going to be opting for a really interesting left side Valley rollout, which I really rate. Nice getting onto the soldier straight away there. Now he's going to opt to play right side, I guess it makes sense given he was chugging in that direction. Some good stickies getting thrown down by the man. You know, Honk is going to opt to play Bell Tower, which is good. Nice election by him. He's going to be bombing in onto Pankster and time. Sorry, taking those two out. I'll pass it on to you, Jazz. I'm dying over here.
One too many backy cones, my friend. But as you said, that cooldown ended up going down into Cafe, trying to get out of mid as fast as he can. But Honk just too deadly. He smelled blood. And this is gonna be Fighting Dreamers pushing last very early on, a convincing mid fight, very unconvincing mid fight from the side of Back to Bones, but they're just gonna take this really quick in through under. They haven't showed their face, but finally the Uber does come out. The Uber does come on to Trev, but a big denial by time on the Pyroclast, but he's gonna end up going down. They haven't gotten any more frags yet. The sentry is still up. The sentry, as I say, that goes down, and now they're getting 4 times cap point. The scouts just edging the point. And
Nox played that well, man.
Wow.
He threw some real nice pipes. He took cover. His team kept players off him, but that was really cleanly done by Nox. Like the amount of damage he put out in that last part there. And again, opting for this Valley Roller. Jazz, is this a standard thing? Because I swear to God, it is not.
Don't ask me. I only play medic. You know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But both teams opting. Well, actually, Back to the Bones have like fully wrapped them, and they've met them in their choke, just trying to get any sort of frags that they can get. Will is really well hidden. Nox is going to go down, but both of the soldiers on the side of Back to the Bones are going to go down as well. Time is on Will. He's taken Will down to very low health, and Will is finally going to go down. That's going to be Chief picking up the frag, and now
Don and Trev, look at this. What's this? Oh, I'm
and
not looking too promising. But he might be able to pick up the medic. It's Raggy. Oh, come on, no!
Time says, not today. This is not your time. You're not going to pick up a cooldown.
You will not go on the Twitch experience, my friend. That is not your YouTube channel. That's what Time's telling him.
that last cap from the last, that is going to be on the Twitch experience, however.
Hopefully.
So that's going to be full advantage on the side of Back to the Bones. Was scuffing up his jump early on, but Olaf just trying to jump right in Shutter and try to just scare off Trev and the rest of the squad from encroaching on second a little bit more, and they're just going to opt to back out all the way to last. Not really worth risking any sort of picks to, you know. But as I say, that Time has just gone straight in, full Uber onto. It's just a solo on the Time. He's going to pick up Nox, and he's just going to try to start picking players off the point. But Don is doing a lot of work. The Time's gone. I don't even know who's gone down at this point. All the Fighting Dreamers have gone down. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's, you know, it wasn't. You know, for a second, it cooled out and Pankster died, and I was thinking, oh shit, you know, they've really butched that one, dude. You know, like not looking too good, but you know, they pulled it back, played the point, and got the numbers to win the fight, and that's what's important. And again, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, really interesting rollouts. Pankster goes Cafe. Noxu goes Valley. So, you know, anyways, I'm going to watch Pankster on this mid because I haven't given the man enough love this game. He's going really far on this right side. He needs to make some space for his team, make some damage. The soldiers from Back to the Bones going nice and aggressive. And wow, Honk and Trip, they're both going to be on him. But, you know, it looks like Pankster and Chief, they're just out. They're just out of there. What's Pankster going for here? Is he going to go for a nice bomb or something? Who knows?
No, I think he's going to try to get whatever he can, but
bad luck, Pankster.
The only thing he's going to get is a rocket to the face, unfortunately. Yeah. Sorry, Pankster. Better luck next time.
Better luck, Pankster. Yeah, no. You know, I would never ever speak badly of Pankster, but he seems to be having a little bit of trouble this game. Jazz, he's not. I don't know. He's playing well, but he's not like. He's not just. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He's not playing with big dick energy, and that's what he needs to pull out. You see, I feel like, you know, a lot of the guys over on Fighting Dreamers are playing with that BDE, but I feel like some of the Back to the Bones guys just maybe aren't playing with that same intensity. You know, instead of playing like, you know, strong and as an impenetrable wall, they're playing a lot more, I don't know, flaccid to keep the BDE thing.
I think what they need here, Jazz, is they don't need BDE. They need colossal phallus radiation, and I think that would work out much more in their favour if they got a little bit of that going for them. You know, you can't really do too much of that when it's a last hold as it is right now. Looks like the players are fighting Dream. They're going to slowly but surely make their way.
Oh, but
two going down.
How they dropped two so early on?
Boys, this is not what we want to see. Moomer is up, but the Uber does come out. Despite that, this might work out in their favour because the sentry is still up. They're just going to be trying to take that down. The sentry eventually going down. Pankster, the medic in time on the side on the right side of their last point here. Whoa! Shaky going in for a massive bomb, cleaning up that combo, and that's going to be 2-1 in favour of Fighting Dreamers with 23 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. They're keeping the momentum there, Jazz, from last game, from process. It's remained.
It took 20 minutes to get 2-1 last round. It's taken 10 minutes, less than that, to get 2-1 in Sunshine. But here we are, fourth mid-fight of the game. Again, it's just standard spam being trading across, no real big bombs as of yet. Trev is fighting Olaf, he's taking him down quite low, but the health is really not on the side of Fighting Dreamers, and it looks like they're trying to collapse. They forced them all into Cafe, and they're just going to try to go quickly. No, actually, looks like they might consolidate a little bit. Olaf jumping in, try to get anything, but Shaky jumps right back in, and Shaky gets... Shaky, how does he can't keep getting away with it, man. He picks up Cool Dad. Oh, Shaky showing his experience, showing his DM ability. This man has been grinding MGE non-stop ever since he found out about this.
Just managing to get the better of Willface just there. The force will come out by the man, and it looks like they're just going to try and save the numbers back to the bones here. They just need to save those players, get back to mid, consolidate, have a little chat, tea and coffee, and see how it goes. Honk is going to make his way up the bell tower, getting that high danger. Nice big bomb there. Wasn't managing to pick up too much, but Pankster's caught in. He's going to go down, and that's going to be a crucial pick for Fighting Dreams as they have lost Nox. And now we see an anime battle on mid, but back to the Bones Daycare, they don't commit to it. And Fighting Dreamers will have the advantage. Off to you, Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they committed one too many players in that last gasp desperation play to get the med. Really not necessary because the Ubers have evened up at this point. I think if you're back to the bones, like you are 2-1 down, but you still have heaps of time to play in the game. So I think, you know, especially 21 minutes to play, man. You know, it's okay to take your foot off the pedal a little bit, apply the brakes, and try to, you know, reconsolidate, figure out what the plan is from here. Like, how are you going to push into mid without getting forced or by dropping the mid? And I think,
you know, as you say that, Jazz, they're in their ideal position right here. You know, they've got that forward advantage. They don't need to push in here. I'll remind you, ladies and gentlemen, they are 2-1 right now. You know, back to the bones. See, look, they're trying to edge lobby.
There's a big fight in Valley going on at the moment. Oh, but there's an even bigger bomb by Shaky, who's gotten right on Cool Dad. But the pistoling from Time just, you know, using the winger, using that nice little bit of damage advantage that you get from it, and just peppering him down all the way to the ground. But even then, like I said, you know, they're gonna have to figure out, because this is the ideal position if you're Fighting Dreamers. We know that they like to get these advantages and then just take their foot off of the pedal totally, right? So they're gonna have to figure out a way to sort of break the stalemate, and I think what they're opting to do is break the stalemate with a spy, because Olaf he is on the spy class using the cloak and dagger. He has eyes on the med, but it looks like they're pretty well aware. Honk is just jumping around. Will is
moving around like a headless chook right now. He is not. He's got his back stood to that hut. He is not going anywhere. And Olaf, you might have to go for the revolver right now or the demo. I think that's your next best bet. But look at the positioning.
He's in.
Oh, they've figured it out, but no, Willie's here. What was that? What the fuck was that, Olaf? You got Will to heal you, and then you trick stab him? That is illegal, my friend. You need to go to jail. That was so bloody good, my God. Oh, and as you say, there's a back cap going on. Don on the back line. As if they haven't punished them enough, Judge. As if they haven't punished them enough. He's going to be running last. It's too much to handle, Judge. It's too much. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I love Maine. What can I say?
I love Maine. We love Maine. This is the best division for all that action. An insane trickster from All Up. We have to reiterate that one, ladies.
This is amazing. Oh, dude, and it's so bad if you're on Back to the Bones. Olaf did so well to engineer that stab, even fooling all of Fighting Dreamers to think
they can't catch a break. They can't catch a break.
Then as soon as they push through, the force comes out from and then the back cap, and what was going to be a beautiful push. We can finally get into second. We can finally start figuring out how we're gonna push last. Now the plan is, how the hell do we hold, man? What if we give up a third round? You know, 2-1. It's easy to psychologically recover from. 3-1.
Yeah.
That's really when the pressure starts being applied. So, you know, these boys are gonna have to figure out what the best to get the fourth trip. He's insane. How is he? This man grinding in.
Olaf! Look at Olaf! Look at Olaf!
Look
at Olaf! Oh no, Olaf! You need to get. Oh, so close.
Oh my God!
Far.
And they have full Uber advantage, just pushing into last. They don't care that they've got a one-player disadvantage. They're just gonna go straight on to Dawn, and he's going to go right after the heavy. It's just him and the demo and the Uber. The sentry finally goes down, but the heavy is still up and pretty damn healthy. But Honk and Shaky both collapsing on that side, and it's a 4x cap on the point, and that's gonna be it. Will cap the point. That's what happened, man.
You know what happened? Pengster went down, and everything went to shit. As soon as Pengster was down, they were like, "Yep, we're jumping on that point," and they cannot do anything about it. You know, Noxu gonna be going for that Valley rollout once again. Moo going for a bomb onto that Tetris there, or the roof, I should say. No soldiers taking the bell tower. I'm sure Honk will get on that because he loves his height advantage, as we have seen in the past. Shaky gonna get taken down by Cheek, and the scouts are looking quite aggressive. Dom's on low HP. He's still got the med with him.
He can't keep getting away with it, man. How does he sit down with balls that big? I don't understand. Again, he's just the same. It's almost predictable. Big bomb up, right onto the med, get the pick. Oh,
Honk has come such a bloody long way as a player these past couple seasons. You've really got to give a lot of respect to him. You know, I went from seeing him in MG, I'll tell you the truth, not being too good. I versed him like a couple months ago, and he 2010'd me, ladies and gentlemen. So this player has come so far, and to be in the main semi-finals on the winning team, you know, it really is a feat that few achieve.
Dog, this cunt he's having the bloody game of his career at the moment. At least the bloody mids of his career.
But Moo getting the force on the cooldown. I'm not cooldown. Will face there. Sorry. My God, that was quite unfortunate. The timing of that. That's might not equal another round.
But Shaky right onto cooldown. Oh, but he's so weak. I think. Hog again. How does he keep on? Who's protecting the men? Where are the scouts around cooldown? Honk every single time. They just throw every single player in desperation to get cooldown, and they do every single time. There must be some tilt going on in the comm for Back to the Bones, because both of these soldiers are they're just flexing, man. These guys have been doing their deadlifts, they've been doing their squats, they've been taking in their protein, and they're flexing their muscles here. And really, Back to the Bones, you know, and this is their map pick too, they're not composed at the moment, man. It almost seems like Fighting Dreamers, they're just trying shit because that they know that they're gonna get away with it, and getting away with it that they are. There is a spy up on time, but it's gonna be too little, too late, because Uber does come out, and it's just gonna be another big bomb in from Honk. And I don't know if he picked up anybody, but I think he's been
Yeah,
bloody
no,
fucking impressive, man.
It's a fighting dreamer's game by the sounds of it, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it is, you know, 4-1, 14 minutes 35. In the past 5 minutes, they have completely catapulted the momentum in their favour, you know. And I just want to touch on what you said before, Cookie. Back to the Bones Daycare, you know. I don't want to say if they're tilting or not, because I actually know them all as very, very calm players. But, man, look, it breaks my heart to say the following words. Pengster, man, he is on 16 points right now. This is not the usual Pengster I see. This is not what we normally see. But Willface getting taken down in the early mid-fight. Looks like back to the Bones Daycare, just catching a break.
They're going to have to look for Honk. They're going to have to look for Honk. It's just Trev and Honk right on the med. Cooldown is in no man's land on 7 health. He's backed out into Cafe. And he's going to have to...
Oh,
it's Honk again. Honk has his number, and he's ringing him up every single time. Every single mid, he's calling up and saying like, "Hey, where are you?" Oh, cool. Oh, you're over by I'll meet you over there in just a second. Bam!
Yeah, just gets it. He this is like such an advanced player to just watch this right now. Look, I feel like he's just sending me his whole brain activity every time I look at him, Jazz. Like, you just get a whole idea of just like what he's thinking about, you know? It's just such a smart, high IQ player, and I say that with absolutely no sarcasm at all, ladies and gentlemen. You know, he has come such a long bloody way. Those bombs are just so crisp, so deluxe. You love to see it.
These are the types of bombs and plays that you see from someone whose home address is listed as, I think it's ad 5. Is that Spire on MG?
Yeah, that's yeah. Exclamation ad 5. Whoa!
And the ad 5 comes out.
Uber bomb. Gonna be trying to pick up cooldown there, managing to do just that. He will eventually get taken down, but it's like, you know, even though they've lost numbers here, that's just pushed them back. It's getting that med pick there, even though they're gonna be on last, even if they're gonna be on second, it doesn't matter. The Uber, yeah, they're not gonna have the. Yeah.
It's pushed them back, but you know what I think that is? I think that's just another flex, man.
Yeah.
That's just another one of them just like, okay, we know we're in the driver's seat at this point, and we're going to prove it. We're going to sacrifice our entire team just to get the med. Because, we've all been in comms before when things are heated and stuff isn't going our way. When that stuff happens, like, everybody immediately is like, oh, what are these Gronks doing? Like, what are these cringe idiots doing? Well, what these cringe idiots just did is, like, they Ubered in just to get your med. They all died, but they don't even care, man.
Honk going in massive there. And yeah, no, you know what they just did there, Jazz? They just dipped their toes into mid and got back to the Bones Daycare to bait out 3 fucking players. My God, Trev taking out cooldown as well. They baited them into that whole fight. They baited them into that whole fight there, Jazz. Back to the Bones Daycare. They didn't need a fight, but they you know, fighting dreamers, they dipped their toes in, and it tempted them. It tempted them, and they just kept peeking and peeking, and you know, next thing you know, they're 3 down with, you know, a med that is just spawning on second now. Time is out.
I don't even think they dipped their toes. They looked at the water, and then they just went full in. They just died. Man, this is, at this point, I think back to the Bones, as valiantly as they fought last game, they have just collapsed.
Yeah.
They collapsed, and there's the Uber's out. They've gotten a lot of time on the point. They've managed to pick up cooldown again, and it's just Olaf and Mumu doing their best to defend valiantly. But that's going to be 5-1 with 10 minutes left to play. I think.
You know, we can't call it too soon, because anything can happen in 10 minutes.
Anything can happen, but at this point, it's
looking pretty bloody dire for him now, mate.
Yeah, Panks is like not even in the mid fight at this point. He's backed out in the choke. He's so weak. They've given up a lot of room already. They are fighting now, and they're doing their best.
Honk's behind once again, just on cooldown. How does he keep getting away with this? I swear, this man wakes up in the morning and just starts fucking solving Rubik's cubes just with his pinky fingers or some shit. I don't know. He's just so smart. He just knows what to do every single time. How's that possible? I have never seen MVP.
like I said, I have no idea. I have no idea how Hunk can sit down with balls that big, bro. He is just, he's just waving his nutsack around this entire game. Every single mid fight, it's just been absolutely brutal. He finds some way to get onto the med, and he finds some way to pick the med. And I think if you're back to the bones, you needed to win that mid fight, and they didn't win the mid fight. And
I'll
now
tell you
you've
what,
got
right, Honk didn't just win that mid fight for him, mate. He has won the entire dick swinging competition in the entirety of TF2 in this game. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, this man has just done milestones for his team tonight. There is 9 minutes on the clock. Back to Bones. They are finally in an advantageous position on Fighting Dreamers, but the scoreline, it's 5-1. It is 5-1, and they're going to need something big to happen if they want any shot of this. They're opting for the sniper play from Time, but that takes a lot of time. As I say that, he does manage to get a nice headshot onto Honk, and Pengster will clean up the rest of the damage there. That's going to be 2 soldiers down. Shaky going down as well on the side of Fighting Dreamers. Time, he needs to be looking in the right direction. He could have picked up Willface there, but the Uber does come out from him, and he's going to be backed out through Valley, getting pressured here. Is his team with him? Yeah, they are. Pengster will get the shot onto Nox, which is nice. And, yep, it looks like Fighting Dreamers are going to be out, but still, another fight ensues on second by the looks of it. Not ready to give it up just yet.
Ooh,
they have lost Willface, and
headshot Time
managing to pull through.
But it's Trev. It's Trev again. This man, the MGE Goblin, just coming up huge. A big pick on to Cool Dad. An anime fight going on in Choke, and I think,
that was
this game, man.
What happened? What happened? So back to the Bones there. They won that fight, and then they lost it, and then they won it for a bit. And I think Fighting Dreamers just came through, and they're like, "Nah, we want second back now, guys. You know, I think we're just gonna chill here for a bit. You know, like you can have mid, but like we're just gonna chill on our second for a little bit."
Yeah, at this point, the game's kind of wide open in the sense that like both teams are just playing very loose and very just we're just gonna do whatever. But when that happens, it's a sign of like, okay, we sort of know that we've lost the game. But as I say that, like they've picked up 4 players right here, man, and they're gonna have a decent advantage going into a last push. Is there time to get at least a consolation prize round?
Okay, so Trev is on the Pyro right now. This is gonna require some absolute numbers to manufacture a round out of this one.
He's just gonna go down so quick, man.
Straight away, and the Uber it's a full scramble on. Don is on the heavy, he gets taken down. Willface and Noxu backed into their spawn. It is gonna be looking like another round for Back to the Bones Daycare. The start of a very, very long journey if they do want to come back in this game, Jazz. 6 minutes and 8 seconds on the clock. I don't think it's going to happen unless they get a round right now. Then I might get a little bit excited, but I don't
they're gonna have to like convincingly wipe and then go straight to last and then wipe again and then do that
the same thing,
you know?
Yeah.
And it's already off to a bad start. Mumu has gone down. They have picked up Nox, however. But they're just trying to collapse on the med, but it's not gonna matter because Shaky is gonna pick up Cool Dad, and that's gonna be a wipe on the side of Back to the Bones. I predict it's gonna be a quick round, so I think at this point, I don't want to speak too soon, but I think
it might be a win difference. Do you reckon it'll be win difference?
I think, yeah. Well, I think.
They need to get 2 more rounds.
I think Fighting Dreamers have this in the bag.
They've
beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, it is. They've had such a solid season. I'm pretty sure they only dropping 1 game to Ascension last week. So,
it's gonna be Fighting Dreamers against Ascension for that I guess for all the marbles. as they say. There's a last fight going on. There's a lot of damage going on. There's a lot of kills going on. It's just Pangston, Cool Dad, but this should be over fairly quickly. So yeah, it's gonna be Fighting Dreamers. It's gonna be Ascension. Those are gonna be your main grand finalists. We still have one more round, but whatever. You know, we're gonna start focusing eyes on the prize. If you're Fighting Dreamers, like, you kind of had a little bit of a scare in that first half, not gonna lie, but like, you know, you turned it around almost in a heartbreak fashion for if you're back to the bones, and now, you know, they kept that momentum going into Sunshine, have managed to win it very convincingly. Will's gonna crater, by the way. Will does crater, and now, you know, I think, you know, it's one thing to go, I think, into grand finals having won your upper bracket and then have a week off. It's another thing to like lose, sort of have that chip on your shoulder, come into the lower bracket or the semifinal, guns blazing, you know. So I think this is gonna give Fighting Dreamers a lot of really good momentum into this final. But they're gonna be going up against Ascension, the return of Smazza and boys. And, you know, Smazza and his team they definitely not a team to underestimate, and I think it's going to make for a very entertaining final.
Yeah, so those Ascension boys, dude, those guys, like, at the start, I would have called it maybe either between 4th and 6th, 7th place for main. But then, last week, they beat Fighting, like, you know, I knew they'd probably make playoffs. But then they beat Fighting Dreamers. I'm thinking, what? How? You know? But apparently, those guys have just been grinding to absolute shit. You know? So, like, I think they really deserve it. They deserve it, and they deserve to go up against Fighting Dreamers again, Jazz. Like, it has been such a solid season of main from both them, from these top 3 teams, really. I'll tell you, man, it has been really, really solid from these top 3. I couldn't have told, like, at the start, I thought Fighting Dreamers was just going to take the whole series, win every single game. But for Ascension to come through in those, like, lower page playoffs, beat them, book their spot in the grand final, and make Fighting Dreamers actually work for the title, that's insane, dude. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, so it's gonna be really, really good to watch. And of course, where you can watch the ozfortress Season 28 main grand final is on this channel, CappingTV. So hit the follow button, maybe even subscribe, give us a little bit of cash so we can up our production game for LAN next year, because we are going to be returning. Don't you worry about that, ladies and gentlemen. So it's gonna be yeah, it's going to be good. We're going to be covering the main grand finals, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know, Fighting Dreamers have proved themselves to be a formidable team, and then Ascension, I think Smazza and his boys are going to be looking at that matchup, and then remembering what happened to them in Season 26, where they came so close to winning the final, and unfortunately went up against Fence's dream team and placing second. But so I think it's going to be a really, really bloody good final, and I am very, very excited that we're going to be covering that for you. But that is going to be the game. That's going to be 7-2 in favor of Fighting Dreamers, your main grand finalist. And I think we're going to get some interviews here in a second.
I love some interviews. We haven't had interviews in a while. Continue on, sorry.
But before we get to interviews, we got to look at logs.
Oh, yeah, mate, I'm keen. Let's see who popped off the most that game.
Yeah, run us through these logs real quick from a Goose, if you could.
Yeah, no worries. Alright, so right now we had Willface had 11 charges. Cool Dad only 7. Willface did have the 1 drop, Cool Dad no drops, so that is good stuff coming out from him. Both demos, it seemed to be a very low damage game for the demo, man. It was not a whole lot of action from their side, and wow, ladies and gentlemen,
just look at the top there. You see Don, aka Raggy, aka Donald, whatever you want to call him. This is what I remember from Don back in the day. He used to go on these absolute monolithic kill streaks, getting like 20 kill streaks at a time in a game. You know, clocking 30 plus kills easily, barely dying, and racking up over 8k damage. Like, that was standard for a scout on the flank. So big MVP to Don there. And also another one to Honk as well, coming in at 21 kills and 22 deaths, which is very, very good for a soldier. You know, it's hard to keep your KD as clean as that on soldier because you're dying so much. You know, old Pocket lived a little longer, but you know, and the Roma would just have the awful KD. But now both soldiers have the bad KD.
I have one big stat that is just going to solidify my Honk as MVP theory, in that when you scroll down all the way to kills, Honk 7 kills on the med, followed by Trevin Shaky with 4 apiece. So just Honk just going massive, going huge. Like I can't wax lyrical about this man enough because he was just popping off. So we're going to bring you some interviews here in a second. We're working on getting Will and hopefully Honk in the server. But as I say that, we have both Time and Shaky and Will. So we are going to go. We're going to go with these interviews right now. So Time, Shaky, Will, thank you guys for being here. Very, very entertaining game to watch. Very unfortunate for you guys, Back to the Bones and Time, that you did not come away with a win despite fighting valiantly on process. That was entertaining, but very well done to Fighting Dreamers for, I think, winning that Sunshine game in quite convincing fashion. Will, I'm going to go to you first. Just, I guess, how are you feeling, man? How does it feel to win a game in that sort of manner? Well, he's having a little bit of microphone problems. So, Shaky, is your microphone working?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yep, it
Shaky's
is.
microphone is working. Shaky.
Sorry, is it working now?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, get wrecked, Shaky. Yeah, we played well.
Oh.
Yeah,
so,
feels good.
Yeah, so how are you guys feeling?
Yeah, we feel good. We practiced pretty hard for this official. So it's good that the practice paid off, I suppose.
Yeah, I was about to say similar comments. Like, I was pretty happy to have won so convincing after losing the 7 versus Coffee Clock match last week, pretty much. But yeah.
Oh, we got Don in here as well. How are you, bro?
Doing alright.
Mate, how are you feeling after going bloody 38? And I don't even know. It was insane, dude. And I was saying on stream to everyone, mate, that's what I used to see you do back in the day on Eliminators. And it makes me so happy to see you back up here on the main stage once again, doing what you used to do best, man. What's your secret?
Too much alcohol, probably.
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit.
Well, yeah.
What are you talking about?
So Time. We've got Time and Mumu in here as well. Unfortunate losses on the day, but you know, in these games, there's always going to have to be a winner. There's always going to have to be a loser. Time. This is seeing Back to the Bones finishing 3rd place. How are you feeling after that loss, man?
Oh, well, you know, it is pretty frustrating, but you know, it's over now. We did have a lot of fun playing, especially process. We were super hyped. A bit of an unfortunate loss. All I can say is well done to you guys. That last cap was super clutch. I did go Super Saiyan mode, but couldn't carry enough apparently. But yeah, thanks for the game.
Well, humble in victory and humble in defeat, you always are. Time. Mumu as well. 1st place open in your 1st season, 3rd place main in your 2nd season, 2nd place enter in your 3rd season. What's the plan from here, brother? Mumu's also having microphone problems.
Yeah, I think he's just shy.
Well, you know, get your nerves up a little bit. You know, Mumu, you're an Ice Pug superstar, man. So I think looking forward into next week for you guys, fighting Dreamers. How are you guys going to be approaching the game? Because this is Ascension. I think was the first team that you guys lost to throughout the entire season.
Wait.
Just have less tilt by Nox, I think, is the key.
Less tilt, you reckon?
Less tilt. Probably Trev. Trev saying less than 3 syllables was not a good outcome for us on the last map.
I think more than that, as a team,
Trev.
Ascension played in like a very slow and methodical tempo, and we weren't really used to it, and we made the mistake of trying to copy them as opposed to force trays and play dry fights, which we're very good at. I think we'll probably do things differently when it comes to grand finals.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Smazza had Labao box that game. That's what I'll conclude. Like he actually did. I don't know. And yeah, I guess we're kind of pissed at the end because like it's like kind of the bad aspect of TF2. It's like it's not like the people who instigate who win. It's the people who don't make the mistakes that win. That's kind of what it was last week. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's how the game is sometimes, man. You can have the best strat ever. You can have this push perfectly planned out with the right amount of Uber ad that you need. But then the fucking Pyro could just plan his ass in front of you, and that's it, dude. That's just how it is sometimes, man. Like,
of course, yeah, I second that.
Yeah, like the first time we played Hey Fellas.
Well, there is, by popular demand, the people are asking for you, Cool Dad. Cool Dad, after that loss, I know. What's running through your head at the moment, man?
Well, it was a good season. Really kind of got in, kind of snuck my way into the Bones group, kind of late last season. I'm pretty happy to everyone. Thankful. It started out not really wanting to play core, got forced into med. Somehow, foolishly agreed to that. But it was a lot of fun. Probably the most fun season I've played so far. I just want to say thanks to all the boys for making it really enjoyable.
I mean, and at the end of the day, like that's what it's all about, right? We're just here to have some fun, play, our niche competitive mode in a 12-year-old free-to-play video game. But for some reason, it's the one that sort of captured our hearts and captured our attention. And I think
nothing else like it.
That's for bloody sure. And I think you guys did yourself some credit this game. It was very, very entertaining in that process. Heartbreaking loss at the end, but very entertaining as far as the spectacle is concerned, and that's what I care about. So bad luck tonight for you guys in Back to the Bones, but very, very well played on the side of fighting Dreamers. I think this is probably a good point to wrap it up, but we got to do, as is tradition, shout outs from everybody in the chat. So we're just going to go down the line, starting with Big Fella Goose, ending with Will. Mr. Goose, who are you shouting out tonight?
Just a little rest in peace to my friend Jackson Brown, who passed away the other day. Fucking much love, bro. I hope you've been well. Fucking take it easy, and I'll catch you around in a couple of decades.
Big rest in peace to Goose's friend. So Cool Dad, any shout outs from you, my friend?
Yeah, big shout out to the whole team. All the boys, the anime gang back home, all my mates spamming chat. Keep up the good work. Get them back in for the next season matches that get casted, I guess. But yeah, thanks to the team, especially. It was a lot of fun.
Definitely, man. Don, yourself?
Shout out to the Colgate crew, and of course my boy Precious.
All right. My shout outs to the boys from Bro Moment and Burnt Toast Gaming. Shout out to Big Yomps as well. Unfortunately, losing him earlier this week. Somebody who really cannot be replaced in the community. And our thoughts and our prayers, if you are the religious type, go out to him, his family, and all of his friends at the current moment. Mitch, my friend, you won't be able to be heard from the chat, but do you have any shout outs for the boys? Okay, well, Tomorrow we've just been told the intermediate grand finals are on at 9, so that's not exactly a shout out, but it is a nice little PSA. We'll talk more about that in a second. Moo Moo, the Ice Pug superstar.
Thank you. I found my push to talk key. Shout out to all the Bones guys, the team, you know, all that. Shout out to Space Bear, Ants, all them. Shout out to Star. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Angus. Yeah, thanks for a great season, guys. It was a lot of fun, and thanks to the other team for some good games.
Shaky.
Shout out to Back to Bones. Good match. Good season. Shout out to Fighting Dreamers, Octawang, and to Pipes on Point.
And time, my friend.
First of all, yeah, shout out my team, Back to the Bones Daycare. Shout out my boss Blake. Shout out Iggy. Yeah, that's about it.
And last but certainly not least, the winner on the day, Will. Shout outs to whom?
Shout out to Flo, R4, and Precious, as well as the other team. Excellent game. I like that.
Wow, excellent stuff from both teams tonight there, ladies and gentlemen. You were watching Capping TV's coverage of the ozfortress Season 28 semi-finals of the main division. Wow, what a mouthful. We will be back tomorrow with not one, but 2 casts. There's going to be an intermediate game on at 9 on Capping TV 1, and I think an open game at 8 on Capping TV 2. Or they might be both on at the same time. I don't know. We'll work it out. Have a lovely night and take it easy. I'm your host, Big Fella Goose. Peace out.
Shout out, OJ.